Hi everyone, and welcome to the French Entree YouTube channel. This video is part of our series of regional property guides in which we're going to focus on a particular region or department in France. Today, I'm joined by Oxana and Victor, co-founders and directors of Lanche, and we'll be introducing you to the French Alps, particularly the region around Chamonix, Mont Blanc, and Geneva. We're going to take a look at the things that this area offers, as well as the practical aspects such as transport links, weather, and most importantly, the local real estate market and investment opportunities available in this area. Hi, Oxana. Hi, Victor. Welcome.
Hi.
Can you get us started by just telling us a little bit about yourself and as your work that you do as real estate specialists and property finders?
We have moved to France, particularly in Chamonix, in 2011. We started our own business here in 2013 by purchasing 3 small apartments and renting them out to tourists. This was about the time when Airbnb was just gaining traction in the area, and a lot of French property owners were still relying on traditional paper ads. We started advertising and selling our properties on platforms like Airbnb and Booking.com. We have been doing this for almost 13 years now. We have purchased 5 properties in France and helped others to purchase properties based on our experience. While doing this, we realized that we can start proposing these services not just to our friends and family, but to others who want to invest and buy properties in the area. Since this profession is licensed in France, I went back to school and studied for 2 years to be able to gain the professional card, the license that allows us to become a real estate agency, where we have now the ability to propose our services to others.
Thank you, Zoya. I'm Victor, co-founder of Lanche, a property hunting services that helps clients find, analyze, and secure the best real estate opportunities in France, especially in the Mont Blanc area. We specialize in working exclusively with buyers, providing a structured, data-driven approach to property searches. Our job is to make sure our clients get the best properties at the best price, all while making the process transparent, safe, and stress-free.
Well, that sounds really good. You two are obviously experts in your area, so we're going to dive into some of your knowledge today. What would you say makes the Alps unique compared to other parts of France?
Well, this particular area is unique because it has Mont Blanc. Mont Blanc is the highest peak in Western Europe, and it attracts a lot of tourists year-round. We were lucky enough to live in Chamonix for 7 years and really experience the beauty of nature and everything this area has to offer. There are great schools, there are great programs for children. There are a lot of opportunities for families. There are a lot of opportunities for single people. It's a very international area that attracts people not just to visit, but to come and sometimes spend a season or 2 a year. The beauty of nature obviously attracts people from all over the world. Chamonix is unique because it's a year-round resort, not like others. There is a tendency for other resorts in the area to become more popular in other seasons, especially in summer. But the attraction of Chamonix is Aiguille du Midi, the cable car that takes tourists to the top mountain here, accessed by a cable car at 3,800 meters. This attracts people from China, Asia, and other countries.
It certainly is one of my favorite areas of France.
I would like to add that Chamonix village, it's a capital of the European alpinism. So here we have a Mont Blanc, and a lot of people came here in the summer to do alpinism, to do free riding. We have a famous valley here, Valley Blanche, and I think about 200 people per day reach the top of the Mont Blanc in the summer. And this is a really attraction and industry here. We have in the industry here, they developed a lot. Around 300 guides, mountain guides, live here in Chamonix. And here also we have a National Academy of France of skiing and alpinism. Their offices here.
Yeah, so it really is the center of skiing and alpinism in France. That's quite exciting.
But I have to
So-
add that Chamonix is not the only beautiful town where we work. There are plenty of other great stations in the area that are starting to develop recently due to climate change. They are starting to develop really and provide their services not only in winter, but as well in summertime and in spring and in fall. I remember the times when I would go to La Clusaz, another great ski resort not far away. In mid-September, all restaurants would be closed. The town would be almost dead. Now you come at the end of September, beginning of October, and the town is booming. There are people on the streets, all shops are open. So the towns in the area and other ski resorts are really developing and promoting themselves and offering a lot more now than they used to, for example, 5-10 years ago.
It sounds like a really exciting time to buy in the Alps. Why do you think foreign buyers should consider buying in this area of France? What are the opportunities available?
There's still a lot of hidden gems here. There's still a lot of opportunities. I think one of the main questions buyers should ask themselves if they want to purchase a property in France, particularly in this area, is why do they want to purchase a property here? Is it for their principal living? Is it an investment property? Is it their property as a secondary residence? What is the purpose, how they want to use this property in the future? And based on that, we can help them make the right choice and propose the property that would really suit their needs.
Right, we'll come back to the property opportunities in a minute, but I want to talk a bit more about the region and the department itself. Obviously, we talked about how it's now a four-season area of France. What about transport links? What are the transport links like to and from the region?
Well, we're lucky enough to have two countries right next to us because France is located, well, our department is right next to Switzerland and Italy. So we have three main big airports that are easily accessible. The closest one would be Geneva. There is also Lyon, the French airport in Lyon, and as well Milan is not very far away, under a 3-hour drive. There are train systems developing pretty fast. There is a great bus shuttle system from Chamonix to the ski resorts, especially in high seasons. So there are several opportunities how people can get to these towns by other means than cars.
That's good to know. And what about local life and culture in the Chamonix area?
There are a lot of festivals that are becoming yearly events here. There are a lot of local events. For example, at the end of each season, there is the guide, the ski instructors are coming down the slopes with the flames. There's an event for the guides at the end of summer. There are a lot of musical events taking place in Chamonix. If we talk about other towns where we have properties and work, there is Aix-les-Bains, which is a 2-hour drive from Chamonix, that holds one of the most famous events in summer, Musilac, that attracts a lot of famous singers. We have Geneva with a ton of exhibitions and events that take place almost on a daily basis, and Lyon as well. So there is culture. It might not be at your footsteps, but there's really a lot to do in the area with a short 2-hour drive.
Yeah, that's exciting to have the mix of outdoor adventures and the big cities not too far away.
I would like to add that there are also a lot of sports events like marathon, trail. The most famous, it's called
UTMB.
UTMB. So all of athletes of the world, the best athletes of the world came here to participate. And we have traditional Tour de Mont Blanc that people can do during 1 week or 2 weeks. It depends. We have a road to Zermatt. This is also like a classical hiking in the world.
What kind of buyers or property investors do you think that this region is best suited to?
Well, it's definitely for the nature lovers, people who like to spend their time outdoors, who like to explore the mountains. This could be any type of budget, from anywhere from small flats to luxury chalets that are available here. There is a lot of development going on right now in Chamonix and around. New properties, new apartments are being built everywhere at this time.
Yeah, here we have a multicultural atmosphere. So more than 60 nationalities live in Chamonix now, in permanently based, permanently. And so really the touristic flow is rich about the culture, about the nationality. So you can meet and observe a lot of people with a different culture. It's really rare and interesting.
Is it easy to get by as an English speaker in this region?
When we moved here, we did not speak any French. The great plus of towns like Chamonix, the international resorts, is that, like Victor has mentioned, there are a lot of nationalities. There are a lot of people from all over the world that call Chamonix a home. It has been a very popular place for a British community to spend here the childhood of their to spend the childhood of their children here, to teach them how to ski, to how to speak French. Exactly. Our kids have graduated from the primary school here in Chamonix. They had friends from all over the world, American, British, Swedish friends. There is a huge Swedish community here as well. It's a great multinational lot, I would say, that gives everybody this feel of freedom. It's really a community that welcomes everyone and makes them feel comfortable. You can comfortably live here and visit Chamonix without even knowing French.
Yeah, that's reassuring for a lot of people. Is there anything else that you think foreign buyers should know about this region?
I think this particular niche, the way Haute-Savoie is located, gives a lot of opportunities to people who like to travel and who don't want to stay all the time in one space. You can easily access Italy with the sea and all the beauty of what it has to offer just by going under the tunnel. It will take you about 30 minutes and you're already in Italy, and you can eat pizza and walk.
Really pizza.
And you can walk down the beautiful towns like Aoste, which are 40 minutes away from Chamonix. On the other hand, you take another direction and you're in Geneva under 1 hour, and you can enjoy an absolutely different lifestyle. You can be in a city and a different culture. Yes, it's very close to French, but it's still a different country. So I think this is also a great opportunity for people who like diversity, who are not conservative and they're on the move.
Okay, let's talk a bit more about the property market in the French Alps. What is the property market like at the moment when 2025? How has it changed in recent years? What's the situation?
When the period of the COVID, we had a huge jump up with prices. And now we have a plateau. So it's a good moment to think about to buy a property here. We can say that the rental revenue go up constantly. So more and more people would like to come to see the Mont Blanc or live here. And the rental market.
I can share our experience as property managers. Since we've been doing this for the last 13 years, we can see the tendencies and the change of the tourism and the type of the countries that are coming to visit. We have noticed in the last several years after the COVID that there is a lot of Americans, a lot of Australians are coming and visiting this area that are interested in spending some time here in purchasing properties. We see a lot of Swiss that they've always been purchasing a lot here, but they're purchasing more and more. The big plus, like Victor has mentioned, is the continuous rental, the continuous revenue that can be gained from properties in this region. Not only in Chamonix, anywhere. We have properties in Aix-les-Bains. We have a property in the department next door, which is called N. It's about an hour away from Geneva. It's a house that is in the middle of nowhere. And you would have thought that this area might not be a great investment, but we were very much surprised since we purchased the property after COVID. We have not stopped renting it. We're renting it more and more every year. We also noticed that the little town where we purchased this house is developing very rapidly, especially with English-speaking purchasers. We're lucky enough to have a Montessori English school in that little town, and that attracts a lot of English-speaking families who want to go away from the big city life, who want to raise their children in a quiet little towns with the short walks to school just 5 minutes away, who want just peace and quiet. There are a lot of opportunities. Depends, like I said earlier, it really depends on what the buyers are looking for. Are they looking for the revenue? Is it an investment property? They want some extra income. Do they want to use this property as well? Or they want to move here and enjoy no matter what it is. Is it the beauty of Mont Blanc, or is it a quiet little town, which is still an hour away from Geneva, but still has to offer a lot of things? So it's really the buyer who needs to tell us what they want and what are they looking for.
So
Yeah,
what about for property investments? What are the opportunities right now in the Alps for renting properties out? You mentioned there's a good market for that, but how does that work for a buyer? Is it easy to rent out your property in France to invest?
we proposed our conciergerie service here. The short-term rental gives 2 times more revenue than long-term, and also gives the opportunity to use your own properties for your own stay during the week or weekend. So the closest of Geneva, the Mont Blanc area, all of these factors, and also we can say that the lifestyle of people was changing after the COVID, and the possibility of work at a distance, push the people looking for a home or apartment in the quiet area where they can work, and 2 times a week go to Geneva to work in the office. And that's why the market has potential goes up.
Let's move on to a little bit of advice for buyers. What advice do you have for someone considering buying a property in the region?
I think the first thing the buyer needs to decide is what they want this property for. How are they planning to use it? Are they going to invest the money and expect, to have a consistent, steady revenue? Or it is possible that they want to actually move here and enjoy a couple of years in this beauty. This is the first thing we ask our buyers, and we try to analyze with them their needs and opportunities they can possibly have here.
Yeah, our work to take the wishes of the buyer and join it with the market possibility. So we are analyzing all data market. So we are not working with the pool of the objects that we possess. We represent buyers' interests, and we work with all of type of agents on the market with other possibilities that not listed in the market.
Okay.
And we collect all of these offers and analyze with our system together with buyers. After that, we can say what kind of possibility the buyers has. The buyers can choose their own and take their own rational decision.
I don't know if you're happy talking about sort of pricing and things like that, but I think it would be good to talk a little bit about that.
I think that we can say that here, for example, in Chamonix, during 5 years, the price is double, has double.
Wow. What sort of minimum budget do you think for people would need buying in this sort of region? What's that starting point?
Well, we can buy a home, how we say, 1 hour from Geneva, around 250,000, not so big. And
Yeah.
in the same time here at Chamonix, we have actually 10 million. It depends.
Yeah, but that's good to know that there are some more affordable, lower end properties, as well as the properties we often see advertised in the Alps, which we may not all have the budget for.
But I would say that probably if someone wants to purchase a flat in Chamonix, and we're talking about a 2-bedroom flat with a balcony, I think the buyer should count somewhere between 400 and 500,000 euros. If the buyer is looking for purchase just in the region, not particularly in Chamonix, there are still areas that are more affordable where one can purchase a house for the price of a small apartment here in Chamonix. So it really depends on what the person is looking for and their budget. If they have a certain budget and want just to invest, we would probably recommend purchasing in a ski resort. But if someone has the same type of budget but wants to use the property and spend summers there, we would probably suggest something a little bit further away that would give a little bit more potential in growth and also give you the calm and the ability to travel and easily access all the hyper places.
Are there any up and coming areas or towns and villages that you're keeping an eye on that you think might take off or develop further in coming years?
Well, there are places like that, but we will keep them to ourselves for now.
Okay, so final question. How can you help buyers looking for property in the region? If I came to you to help me find my dream property in the Alps, what does that process look like and what can you do for me?
So first of all, we have to sign a dedicated mandate to represent your interests. It's obligatory.
France always starts with paperwork.
Yes. After that, we listed your goals, what kind of lifestyle you would like to spend here. The third steps, we collect all data from the market, from the open market, and list it in special electronic sheets where we can
Analyze
all the criteria of the properties, and also we can estimate it the potential lawyer potential revenue of renting.
Okay.
One of the pluses we offer to our clients is our experience as property managers. We have a lot of financial data based on the properties we have been managing for the last 13 years. We can help our buyers make the right decision based on the type of property they're choosing. We can estimate what they can expect from this type of property or another. This is something that I think is an add-on to these services because we're not just buyers agents, but we are property managers. We do not leave our clients after the sale. We can help them establish their investment property either with us and we can become their property managers, or we can help them set up their business here in France and rent it either themselves or possibly with another property management company. Being a first buyer or being just a buyer in France is a very difficult state that you find yourself in. When you address to an agency, you think they're going to do it, but no, this is not the way it works. Agents are interested in selling their portfolio, their own properties, the mandates that they have, and buyers are typically not someone who are they representing? They're representing sellers. So this is where we come in, because we are 100% representing the buyer's side, and we're there for them, and we're working with many agencies. It's not just one portfolio of properties that we're proposing to them. It's the portfolios of all the agencies in the area, in addition to the properties that are off market. Being purchasers ourselves in the past, we know what the buyers are going through, what they're expecting, and what they need. The reason we have decided to offer our services to foreigners, because us being foreigners ourselves, we know the challenges that people can have. I have lived in the States for 7 years, so I know the American culture and the expectations of Americans when they come and what they're looking for.
Yeah, and that's really useful because the French system is very different to what Americans and Brits might expect. There isn't a concept of a buyer's agent in France. Normally, you go straight to the estate agent. So I think having that service is only available if you come to somebody international like you guys.
I would have loved to have found us when we were buying our first property.
Absolutely. And what about the property viewing? I assume we've potentially got clients coming from the UK, coming from the US, maybe even from further afield. How do you work with them to set up property viewing trips or things like that? Can you help with that?
Absolutely. This is a really good question. We do have this service. We propose personal viewings with either a live call, or we make a filming of the property and send it to the customer.
They're useful, I'm sure, for people that are far away. And when I find my dream property, can you help and advise me through that process of buying, or perhaps recommend a notaire? Is that something you do?
Absolutely. We do have notaires that we personally know. We do have also partners that we work with that help with the money transfers. We have the partners that we work with that propose loans and mortgages. So there's a lot of opportunities, and we absolutely help our customers with all the paperwork they are entitled to have and do here.
Brilliant. Great. Well, it sounds like a complete service from start to finish. Great. Well, thank you, Oxana and Victor, for inspiring us today with all these properties in the French Alps, and hope this has been a useful video for anyone considering buying a property in the French Alps. If you would like to get in touch with Oxana or Victor, you can use the link in the description box to do so. Get in touch if you'd like to discuss your real estate project with them. If you are looking to buy property in France, you might also want to become a French Entree member so you can benefit from our exclusive members content. Head over to FrenchEntrée.com/members to find out more, or click the link in the description box. And finally, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel for more videos like this one, and we will see you next time.